God damn, I think I sprained my goddamn neck. I am not following up with this crazy ass lady anymore. What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and one of the most interesting parts about being a YouTuber is not necessarily what happens on camera, but what happens behind the camera. You know, covering the type of stories I cover, covering crazy situations with celebrities, I always have people who reach out to me with stories, and I mean wild stories, about all of the celebrities I cover. And sometimes the stories that they have to share are a little outlandish, and I could, put two and two together and be like, hey, this is some BS. But more often than not, the stories that I get told and the information I get sent is true. And they often provide receipts to show me that they actually know these celebrities or what have you. So all the time, any given day, I'll have someone reach out to me on Twitter or on Instagram and be like, you know what, you're right about this celebrity, or you're right about this, or hey, this happened between me and this person. Because to my surprise, a lot of people who work in the industry, in Hollywood and in the music industry, they love videos like mine because they work within this industry and they work with a lot of problematic people. And yes, celebrities are very problematic more often than not. And because of their workspace, they can't vent. They can't talk about it. So they like to go to YouTube and see people calling stuff out and calling things for what they are. And when they see that, they often reach out to those YouTubers. Now, I don't know why so many of these people reach out to me. For the most part, none of them reach out to me because they want any clout or because they want me to talk about what they tell me on a certain video. In fact, most of the times they reach out to me and be like, hey, keep this between us. And they know that I'm not a live streamer that just brings on any and everyone on my channel to talk about people. So that's never the vibe. I just think that sometimes, I don't know what it is, maybe I give off a vibe to people that they feel like they could come to me and talk to me about things. And I'm the type of person where what happens in my DMs, it stays in my DMs. So whatever you reach out to me about, if you want it to be between me and you, it will always be between me and you. But throughout the course of me making videos on all of these various celebrities, like I said, I get reached out to all the time by people who have worked with these people. And out of all the celebrities I've covered, the most people have reached out to me about Brittany Spears. And from all the stories I've been told and from all the firsthand accounts that I've been given from people who were provably part of her life at one point, or at least worked alongside her or with her or for her or in some way, shape, or form throughout the course of their career. I always get stories from people that Britney was not the nicest of people. I'm not going to dive into details about everything that people have told me because for the most part, not all of them, but a lot of them don't want those stories out there. But a lot of the reason why I've been getting this bad taste in my mouth about Britney, it's 99% because of what she's been doing on Instagram, trashing her kids and those audios and what have you. But there's also this underlying thought in the back of my head, about Britney, because I've talked to, I would say, give or take, maybe a dozen people who have worked with her throughout the years, and who, the majority of them, I would say all of about 10 of them had pretty bad experiences with her, and the other 2 had awkward experiences. So basically, all of them, basically, their stories were kind of the same, that just Britney's kind of rude. She's, and almost rude in the sense that she's not necessarily going to say mean things to you, but she'll almost act as if you don't exist-ish. like kind of stuck up. And I've been hearing from multiple people that she had a lot more control over her shows and stuff like that in Vegas than what she claims. But hey, whatever. Well, recently, because I don't like to just take what people tell me and just run with it. That's why I never talked about that situation or any of those situations on my channel. But recently I came across an interview from years and years ago between Carson Daly. Do you all remember Carson Daly? He was like the face of MTV back in the day. Well, Carson Daly was talking to Lil' Kim about when she met Britney Spears. And it really resonated with me. Because here's this interview from years ago from another celebrity that doesn't know me. You know, it has nothing to do with me or my videos or even the current situation with Britney. This person wasn't working for Britney, so it's not like she would have something against her. It was like these words that Lil' Kim said, it resonated with me because that is the same vibe everyone else was telling me about when they've reached out to me about Britney. So what I want you to do here is I want you to listen to what Lil' Kim has to say here about Britney Spears.
Everybody's got great stories of that night. Do you have any great memories from that night?
Well,
meeting anybody cool?
Yeah, well, you know what? I kind of like that. Okay, I'll be truthful with y'all. Well, I was like a sort of a halfway Britney fan, right? And and you know, I really liked her. I really did. And you know, I thought she was a great entertainer. And then I met her.
Uh-oh. Now what happened?
She was really, really,
You had never met her before, and you respected her music or whatever a little bit, and you wanted to meet her, say hi.
Yeah.
And so that would be easy for you because you go backstage and you're Lil' Kim, and she's got a guy that stands outside the dressing room. You say, look, I want to poke my head and say hi. It seems easy. What happened?
Well, actually, they came and they were like, oh my gosh, Lil' Kim and Brittany, we need a picture with you. And she looked at me and she walked away. Then, and yeah.
How did she look at you? How did you?
But then, you know, she just looked at me like, and then, you know, she walked away. Then, you know, they wanted us to do MTV news with Kurt.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, they finally introduced us, and I was like, hi, because, you know, I was full of life that day. I had the boob out. I was just like, hi.
You were
I was
chilling.
feeling real naked.
Right, that's all right.
I was feeling real
free.
So
did you, what happened during the interview? Did she end up ever talking to you?
No, she never, you know, they introduced us, and, you know, I held my hand out, and she was just like, hi. She never even held her hand out back. You know, yeah, she was really, really sting. I didn't appreciate that, but it's all good, you know. She's done a lot of records.
Talk about celebrity boxing. I'd like to see that. Lil' Kim and Britney go at it.
Okay, well,
Because you'd be like Lennox Lewis, I think.
Yeah,
And there you have it, folks. And everything she said sounded so oddly familiar to a lot of the things that I've heard behind the scenes. And like I said, I get people reaching out to me all the time about the various celebrities I cover. From Will Smith to Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, Brittany Spears, you name it. I find it odd that I've heard better things about Ezra Miller than Britney. I've talked to a few people who've worked with Ezra. Some said he was problematic, but I've talked to a few people who were like, man, I didn't see this coming because dude was pretty chill on set. He wasn't like this back then. And that's someone who's accused of doing some of the most heinous things you could possibly do. Whereas we have Britney, someone who is supposedly this huge victim of all of these wrongdoings. And everything I've heard about her, and I'm not judging her based on purely what people have told me, but everything I've heard about her has been the opposite of her being this nice sweetheart. In fact, it's like she views other people as peons who are beneath her. And it's like she even had that attitude back in the day towards Lil' Kim, another successful celebrity. And it's weird because now we have Britney in her 40s acting like Lil' Kim did when Lil' Kim was 20 years old. You know, showing her butt and her tits all over Instagram, what have you. Give or take, Instagram didn't exist back then, but you would think the things that Britney would have looked down upon Little Kim for, those are the same things that Britney is doing now at the age of 40-something. So I don't make this video to attack Britney, but I make it to give people like a better insight of who she is. Because when we see Britney lashing out at her family, when we see Britney attacking her kids and acting really nasty and dirty towards Christina Aguilera and her backup dancers, this isn't something new per se. Britney has this sweet girl persona, and I'm not here to tell you that Britney's a bad person. I'm just here to tell you that there has been a history of Britney not acting like the best person in the world, which, hey, we've all been there. We've all done things and said things and acted ways in which we regret. But I think the difference is between us, average people, and Britney is that we don't have 40 million people encouraging us to continue acting like a bitch. If you have a bad day and you're acting like a little cunt, sometimes people will tell you, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I didn't have my coffee this morning. I didn't sleep good last night. I got this on my mind. Maybe I was being a little bitchy. Maybe I was being an asshole. We can all be a little bitchy or be an asshole sometimes. I'm a huge asshole sometimes. But I know that. And people in my life will check me on it. And I will check myself on it. Britney has not been put in check. Which is why Britney thinks it's okay to attack her sons and attack random people like random backup dancers from 20 years ago. And then 30 minutes later, frolic all around. Oh, God, I'm crying. Literally, she was like, oh, God, crying. And playing victim. I'm tired of the victim mentality because it's clear to me that Britney has left behind plenty of victims as she's gone throughout the course of her career. And I don't mean victims as in, oh, she's done the horriblest of horrible things to people. But she's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And she's discouraged some people from wanting to even work in certain areas anymore or in certain fields and what have you. But I want to know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. Are you surprised by this? How do you feel about Little Kim's comments? Let me know your feelings down below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.